Greetings to all of you who are tuned in to watch the St. Petersburg Conference on World Affairs 2022. We are very pleased to have with us today the Director of Grants for the Florida Humanities. And just in a minute, I'll have Lindsey introduce herself and talk a little bit about Florida Humanities. I'm Iqbal Paroo, the Vice Chair of the conference. Just for people who are tuning in for the first time for the conference, we are a forum of international experts whose mission is to educate, engage, and empower members of our community and beyond. That's why this is a World Affairs conference. And we are focusing on topics which are related to international relations, economics, environment, culture, humanity, health. And we believe that the key aspect of our mission is to have well-informed citizens, because that is crucial to our vibrant democracy. And we believe that knowledge and understanding of world current contemporary issues help inspire and enlighten individuals who can then participate. So at this point, I'd like to ask Lindsey, who, as I said, is here on behalf of Florida Humanities, to introduce herself and tell us a little bit about Florida Humanities so that we can all have an understanding about the role that they play in Florida and their parent, the National Endowment for the Humanities, that plays a role nationwide and globally, actually. So, Lindsey, let me have you introduce yourself.
Thank you, Iqbal, and thank you for having us here. My name is Lindsey Morrison. I'm the Grants Director here at Florida Humanities, and who we are is we are the statewide affiliate for the National Endowment for the Humanities, serving the state of Florida from the Panhandle to the Keys, supporting cultural organizations' humanities programming. And a lot of times people do not quite understand what the humanities are. So if I could just define that for our audience here, the humanities is really the study of human culture. And we do that through critically looking at, through analysis and interpretation, what it means to be human. So Florida Humanities was established in 1973 to support humanities programming, which allows us to come to a better truth and understanding of ourselves, our community, and our state, and also our role in the global society.
So, Lindsey, help me understand. When I looked at your website, you talked about how you want to engage in the public square. So can you just take a minute and talk about when you say that, what does that mean, the public square?
Absolutely. So our purpose is to get out the humanities to the broader general public, to get it down in the local communities, the everyday people who are going to their local library to check out a book, or going to their local cultural organization to attend a performance and to hear a lecture. All of these items are the humanities. And the humanities can be broadly defined as, the stories, the people, the culture. And through leaning on disciplines of the humanities like history, literature, philosophy, art history, we're able to better understand our place in the world, our place in the local community, and our place in ourselves. So it's very important that the broader general public understands the importance of coming together in constructive dialogue. And it's not something that's insular to the academic world or to the professional sector. The humanities really belong to everyone in every community.
So how do you go about implementing or operationalizing your mission and your purpose? How do you do that?
Great question. Well, since 1973, we've actually awarded $16 million through grants and programs. And that's predominantly how we operate, by receiving funds from the national group, the National Endowment for the Humanities, which is based in Washington, D.C., and then Florida Humanities re-grants dollars out to local cultural organizations, libraries, public institutions through competitive grants, such as our larger community project grants, which offer up to $10,000 to support humanities programming. We have grants specifically for colleges and universities, for public media stations to support digital humanities. And we also run our own series of programs, a vast amount of programs, from a Florida Stories walking tour app. We have 36 of those tours actually across the state of Florida. We also host our own Speakers Bureau, which is a great resource of renowned Florida speakers, authors, journalists, historians that local nonprofits, the smallest of nonprofits in Florida, have access to bring that great high quality programming in their local community. We also have our award-winning Forum magazine, which is a great publication which delivers the humanities right to your mailbox. And we also partner with the Smithsonian Institution on several exhibitions across the state. So as you can see, Florida Humanities does a lot. And we have so many different grants and programs with the sole purpose of getting the humanities out across Florida, from the Panhandle to the Keys, and enabling people to come together to develop that broader truth and understanding about our place in the world.
I'm going to have a couple of questions for you here in a minute about the situation that we are experiencing in our state, and in some cases nationally, that is impacting the humanities. But before I go there, I wanted the audience to first of all know that Florida Humanities is a major sponsor of the conference, and in fact has specifically sponsored the live streaming. So all of you who are watching this, live streaming is brought to you by Florida Humanities. This is not a marketing ad or a plug, but it's a thank you to Florida Humanities for sponsoring this part of our conference, because it is allowing thousands of people who couldn't be attending in person to watch this live stream. So specifically, can you share with our audience, what was it that led Florida Humanities to sponsor the World Affairs Conference? Because you do many, many things. This is the first time we've had this partnership. So what did you see in us that said to you, our missions are aligned? Can you share that with us?
Absolutely. So we were just totally enthralled by the work that you all do at the Conference of World Affairs, really speaking to how you bring about a better informed citizenry and bringing people together to better understand our place in the world as it affects history, health, culture, all these different elements, which enable us to be global citizens. Florida Humanities helps to foster and facilitate on a local level in Florida, but what we do in the community is intricately affected how we operate on the global scale. You know, what we do in the community, in our local library, a local historical society, or a local museum, affects how we act towards and how we appreciate and better understand our neighbors in other countries and other places. So we really see this partnership as a great way to showcase how the humanities is both, yes, a local issue that people can connect with, but also an extremely global relevant issue.
Given our mission, which is to share and learn and be open in the public square, any thoughts that you might have on what is going on right now and how our work could actually help diminish some of this divisiveness?
Great question, Iqbal. Happy to address that. So my best answer would be the humanities is really a great vessel to bring people together and to spark constructive dialogue. Leaning on those disciplines, yes, but really just to have that conversation, to open up that channel of communication where you are listening sometimes more than you are talking, and talking, and understanding and coming to a better understanding of yourself through the help of historians, through the help of philosophers. Really what it is about is understanding our neighbor. The humanities doesn't necessarily want you to shift your perspective. It just enables you to better broaden your perspective. I recall when I attended actually an event in North Florida, it was something that we funded through our competitive grants program. And it was a topic that was very sensitive to the local community, very important to the local community. And it was an exhibition. And after it was done, and what we did was we supported a community conversation that brought people together. They heard from a historian, a humanities expert about the topic and how the history of this topic affected current day. And somebody came up to me afterwards. They were just an attendee, a local community member, and they said, wow, I cannot believe that we're actually talking about this, just having civil constructive dialogue on this subject so I can share my story of my experience and you can share your story and your experience, and we can come together and better understand each other. So the humanities is really, I feel, like a great unifier for both ourselves, our neighbors, and our global state.
So you just used a few words that ring so true for me and for our board, and therefore for the conference, which is civil, constructive dialogue, so that we can learn from each other. As you said, we're not here to change people's opinions, but just so that we can learn and maybe even accept the differences between us. That's all, in a civil way. We are so pleased, Lindsey, that Florida Humanities has decided to partner with us. We believe that both our missions to educate and engage citizens actually creates a true partnership. I am encouraging all the people who are watching today. This interview will be played on our live stream, and after the conference, it will be available on our website. If any of you want to learn more about Florida Humanities, you should just use the link on our website so you can learn more about their work and get engaged. And I also want to mention that in the lobby at the conference at Student Center at the University of South Florida's campus in St. Petersburg, there will be a booth by Florida Humanities, and you can pick up material from there. And if you are interested, there might even be staff at different times from Florida Humanities at the conference, and you can have an opportunity to chat with them. Lindsey, I'm going to close up by asking you if you have any final thoughts to share with us, because after I learned more about Florida Humanities myself, after our partnership, I began to realize what important work you're doing, and we are really, really pleased that you are our partners, and I'm so pleased that you are here today to share with us more about your work and your mission.
Thank you. Likewise, we are very happy to be here and very happy to sponsor and support and partner with you all through this great conference. My final words would be, just check out floridahumanities.org. We have a great offerings of events that are funded through our competitive grants and programs, from funding from the National Endowment for the Humanities, the federal level, as well as through the state level. To check us out, we are a nonprofit organization, so we do have a great membership program that you can get involved, receive for a magazine in your mail, and then just really get in touch with the humanities and share it with your neighbors and spark those dialogues and those conversations and try to understand yourself and your neighbor just a little bit more.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lindsey, for being with us today. And thank you to Florida Humanities.